I'm Howard Bushart, and I think most of you know me. I'm your instructor for your cooperative education class 2380 for this semester. And I'm going to share my screen with you here right quick and in a little bit and go over the syllabus and the course expectations with you a little bit. Welcome. This is your clinical experience. This is where you'll be going out on job sites and actually doing counseling work under the auspices of a qualified credentialed professional, and who will be signing off for you and supervising you on site. I'll be doing some record keeping and whatnot here back at the ranch. So I'm happy that you're here. I hope that everyone is ready to get started. There was some questions raised about being able to do distance co-ops, and I do not have a setup for that. And here in our the year of our Lord 2021, if you can't go out on a practicum site, then you're not going to be able to get your hours in. We don't have any plan B for epidemics. And you'd be doing the counseling work. And if you're comfortable doing that and are willing to follow all of the guidelines, wearing masks, social distancing, frequent hand washing, etc., and so forth, and you're willing to abide by those rules and abide strictly by those rules, then you'll do all right this semester. If that's not something that you're willing to do, or you might want to postpone this until after we've gotten vaccinations to everyone and you feel a little safer in those environments. But we do insist that you follow the rules regarding self-protection from COVID-19. And hopefully this won't be an issue past this spring. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen, and we'll go over the expectations and the things that you need to know. There I am. This is on the syllabus that's posted for you. This is all my contact information. If you've gotten this far, you probably know this about me already. I'm very tired of talking about this, in case y'all can't tell. Anyway, so your course description is you'll be engaged in career-related activities, and your area of specialization would be offered by individualized agreement among the college, the employer, and the student, and under the supervision of the college and the employer, by which the student combines classroom learning with work experience. It includes a bit of a lecture component, but it's not much of one. I'll ask you to come back and watch some discussions that I make. I'll do a little bit of lecture, but it won't be a ton of it. What you'll be doing, your outcomes, is taking the things that you've learned in your classes and applying them on the front lines with your clients. And you'll have to demonstrate your ability to do that, and you'll be asked to demonstrate legal and ethical behavior, interpersonal skills and teamwork skills, safety practices, and all of that. And these are the types of things that your on-site supervisor is going to evaluate you for. The prerequisites, co-requisites, 6 hours are 270 hours, contact hours of classroom experience and education. You've got that if you're in this class. And a reading equivalent of 300. I think you know about the technology that we have here. You've been in classes with us before. If you've gotten to this point, and I will leave you to read about the technology that's available to you and how it's available to you. Our communications will be conducted through email, and it's the Lee College email or the email or messages. I'm sorry, I've got the yawns and I can't stop it. That's how we'll communicate. That's officially the way we communicate. You can also, call me or text me if you want to make an appointment and talk to me, but all of our important stuff has to be through email. Textbook supplies. You'll be happy to know that I'm providing everything for you. You don't need anything. TAP 21 and all your other stuff. So this doesn't really apply to you in this course, but it may apply to you if you're taking other courses, which is the My Books information, opting out of the My Books program, etc. So I've talked about that in my other classes, and if you want to find out more about it, this is this link here at the bottom of page 2 of your syllabus. You're not under any obligation to participate in the My Books program, but if you opt out on anything, you're opting out on everything. You can't, say, I don't want to do this in DAAC 1319, but I do want to do it in 2311 and, 1304, because it doesn't work that way. If you opt out of one, you opt out of all. So, and you're not under any obligation in this class to purchase any textbooks at all, but in other courses where you are, you're not under obligation to buy from My Books or from the bookstore or anything else. You can do it like you want to do it. Access for students with disabilities, and this will be important for us here on this in this endeavor, the cooperative education. If you have a disability of some type, whether it's a learning disability or a physical disability or anything like that, get with Kaylee Villanueva. She'll talk to you and about what accommodations you need to have. Then she'll communicate what those accommodations are to me, and then if it's in my power to do so, I will accommodate. You can go to the link here for the Americans with Disabilities Act for more information on how that works. Attendance policy is a little weird here. We're not doing on campus meetings, so I'm not taking roll or anything like that in a regular classroom. There are online attendance policies, and that is kind of important, that you stay current on your work and meet the deadlines for your grades and what have you. But something that isn't addressed on the syllabus, but I'm addressing it now, is that you're going to be going out on job sites. You'll be, and I want you to treat it like a job, so that if you agree to work 15 hours a week at Good Place Treatment Center, and you're going to do this from 8 till 12, you know, uh, 4 days a week or whatever. However you set your schedule up, stick to it. Do what you say you're going to do. Treat it like a job, because this is where you're getting your experience, and we want you to have an experience of what it's like to be a counselor in the substance abuse field. So that becomes important. By the end of the semester, you should have accumulated 300 hours of experience distributed over 12 core functions. And that's those core functions are listed in your packet. There's a packet for waiting for you here when you get through listening to me, and you can look at those packets and see how those are distributed. And I'll also be, those are some of the things I'll be lecturing on over the course of the semesters. But it's things like, assessment, counseling, crisis management, orientation, the things that counselors are expected to do. And so you distribute the 300 hours over those 12 core functions to the tune of at least 20 hours in each of the 12. And that will leave you with 60 hours to do with, to spend however you want to spend them. Absences due to religious holy days, yeah, go for it, you're good. Academic honesty policies, don't cheat, don't falsify anything, don't plagiarize. We'll talk about some of that as we go along. I will, talk to you about some of the kind of things that counselors get in trouble for, and young counselors and old counselors and in between counselors all could experience difficulties, falling behind in paperwork, etc., and so forth. You want to stay current on your paperwork, and you never want to falsify a document. I'm going to show you a web page in one of the lectures here that tells you what counselors in LCD field have gotten in trouble for. And many, many times they're in trouble for doctoring a document because they fell behind. Anyway, don't freak out. Your honesty is the best policy, and I know it's your policy, so we'll be good. Assistance in appeals. If you have a problem with me, or with the class, or with your cooperative education site, I'm the person you should talk to first before anyone else. And if you and I can't work it out, if it's not something that we can handle, then you should go to the division chair. The bad news is the division chair is also me. So if I can't work it out with you, then you can follow the student's appeals policy, and it will be kicked up to the Dean of Nursing and Allied Health, who is Dr. Janine Norris, and she's brand new. She's been here a total of 2 weeks already. No more Title IX. I want you to peruse this website and information that it offers, because this deals with sexual discrimination, sexual harassment, sexual assault, and how to report it and what to do with it and with whom do you speak, etc. And our official contact on the campus, most of you know her already. That's Dr. Kaufman, Rosemary, who teaches the family course, and she's also the advisor for the DAAC program. So, and you can look that over. Withdrawal and drop policy. part of the attendance thing is once you're in a class and you post a discussion, do an assignment, take a quiz, whatever, then that's an attendance. You've started doing something in the course. You have weekly breakdowns of things that I want you to do, and once you start doing them, you're kind of locked into being a student. If you don't want to get a grade, if you decide that you want to drop this course for whatever reason, officially drop it. Go to the site. Here's your withdrawal drop policy. Go right there and follow the instructions to drop the course. And that way you won't get a grade. If you just stop coming or stop doing your work, then at the end of the semester you will get a grade. And if you've stopped doing your work, it probably won't be a good one. But we don't give W's unless someone has never attended, never participated in the class. Then by the day of record, I'll if I haven't gotten a communication from them, I'll drop them. The last day for student drops for this semester is April 9th, 2021. And of course, y'all know that I'll sign a drop for you, pretty much up until final exam time. But so that's how that works. If you need to completely withdraw, here's what you have to do for a resignation, and that's something that's reserved to you if your situation changes, you can't finish your courses, whatever, then go ahead and do that drop. Here's a list of all your student supports and services. You can read those as well as I can. The only one I want to really point out is scholarships. And I would encourage you to look at what scholarships are available, because there's money left on the table all the time at colleges because there were scholarship funds there that no one applied for. And if they've got money lying around, somebody should pick it up. Why not you? Just saying. ASRs, Academic Support Referral. If you stop working in the course, if you have become involved in the course and suddenly you're not keeping up, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, I may get with you and see if we can't figure out what the problem is, and if we can't resolve whatever the problem is that's holding you back or keeping you from being successful. If that doesn't work, I'll probably kick you over to Rosemary as an ASR, and then a counselor will call you and see if they can't work with you. Our goal is not to harass you or bug you, but to help you be successful in your studies. Because as I'm sitting here tonight talking to you, everyone has an A, and I'll be happy if everyone has an A at the end of the semester. Grades and grade points are a little bit different in this class than they are in my other courses, because this is really a going out and doing stuff class. I put together some things I think that you need to know to give you quizzes and things like that to average that in. And you'll be able to see that in your assignments and in your grade book, in your classroom. But this is a class that traditionally I kind of had my own little grade scale. You do everything you're supposed to do and you get an A. I do anything you're supposed to do and you get a C. And neither one of us do what you're supposed to do and you get an F. I've modified that a little bit. So if something happens and you're rocking along, you've got 3/4 of your time invested in your class, you're passing things, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and again something happens that you can't complete the course, I'm very likely to give you an I. And this is the course where I give the most eyes in. I've got several options. If, for instance, we get to the end of the course and you're not, and you don't have your hours in, and an eye is one of those options, but it has to meet certain standards for me to do that. Okay. As I look at this, I've got to make a couple of modifications. You don't have to attend any sessions. I'm not doing that kind of interaction in the course this semester. This has been copied from a course I taught last fall. But every week, let me put it to you this way. The front end of it, I've got a lot of stuff for you to do. Download tip 21, read the tip 21. We're already going over expectations and responsibilities now. And this is a discussion thing that I'm not going to use, but so don't pay any attention to that. I will be, but you'll look that there's a good deal to do for the first month or so. And then it turns down, then it devolves into mostly on-site cooperative education. There's some journal entries, and you're putting together a portfolio, and that portfolio is electronic. You're going to have a file. You're going to put these papers in as you complete them. And there is well, I just show it to you. Well, let me do that. And this is how you're, and you can't see all of this on yours because it's not available, until it is, and then you'll be able to see it. But the week one, we have the portfolio forms. These are the things that you sign. You include it where you're doing your co-op, who's your supervisor. It's got copies of weekly timesheets for you to keep your time. Your supervisor evaluation that they'll basically grade you on. You'll have a signed code of ethics in there, a signed scope of practice. And you'll keep track of things that way. Tip 21 is, there it is, addiction counseling competencies, knowledge, skills, and attitudes and professional practices, KSAs. And this is something that will help you decide what it is you're doing and where it should fit under your timesheets, how you keep track of your hours and the core functions. You'll have other, did I see it here? You'll have some other things in your portfolio forms too that will be your code of ethics scope of practice, but you'll have your 12 core functions that are available to you on your weekly timesheets. And these are where you put your time and how you keep track of it. And you need to get started on your co-op sites right away. Some of you have have these set up. One of you has a contract that I need to, has a place to do a contract that I need to get sent over. But if you've got a place to start, we're way ahead of schedule. That's a good deal. And we can hit the ground running. And let me see, what else do I want to say about this? Actually, I think that is all I want to say about this. You may have noticed that this isn't a real slick production, and one of the reasons it's not is I'm pretty tired. But I will discuss things with you individually if you need that. If you want to talk to me, send me an email and we'll set something up. We can do a Zoom meeting or telephone call or, however you want to do it. Everyone has an A. Let's keep it that way, okay? And I'll talk to you again next week, I guess. Take care. Bye.